Hello, welcome to What the Flick. Alonso, Duralde, Matt Atchity, Christy, Lemire, Getaway. I did not see it, so...
Will you play catch up with it?
I might, because I'm told that it's a must-see in all the wrong ways.
Yes.
It's wacky.
This is ugly. Getaway is the story of a guy played by Ethan Hawke who is a former race driver who gets locked into this Mustang Cobra and has to do a bunch of crazy shit in Bulgaria. It's really unclear. The car is covered with GoPro cameras. This is simultaneously a commercial for GoPro cameras and the GT500. Let's watch the trailer.
They hurt you? Is she alive?
I know who you are. You have a beautiful wife and an ability few others have.
I'm not a killer.
Good.
I'm going to make you an offer. Do exactly as I say, and your wife lives. Refuse or get caught, the game is over.
I'm not dying for you.
5, 4, 3,
I need to be told that she is all right.
2,
And when this is gonna be over.
1.
Your answer, Mr. Magna.
I want my wife back.
I love that his character's name is Brent Magna.
Yeah.
Awesome. Which is the most interesting thing about him.
Burt Macklin. Burt Macklin from Parks and Recreation, the FBI character that Andy does.
Brent Magna. So yeah, this movie is just batshit. And in some vaguely enjoyable ways. For example, we have to accept Selena Gomez as this brilliant hacker, brilliant teenage hacker. Exactly.
Okay, I'm in.
Here's what's even better about that. Hacking from a fucking iPad.
From an iPad, she pulls out her glove compartment. Oh, and it has like a Hello Kitty logo or like a Paul Frank logo. I can't recall, but something kind of cutesy.
Like root menus on her iPad.
I'm just going to hack into the server. Do-do-do-do-do. So what the big deal with this is that allegedly they crashed actual cars, right? As opposed to fakey CGI blip cars, right? But as you were saying before we started taping, you have an issue with lots of this. Please explain.
Okay, look. As you guys know, and as I've said on the show before, I like a good dumb action movie. I like a good dumb car movie. If you get the cars right, you know, one of the things that even Tokyo Drift, all of the Fast and Furious movies get right is that they show off the cars. And if you're at all a car fan, you can forgive a lot in those movies. This doesn't even get that right. So yes, they're wrecking a bunch of cars, but they're all done in these really tight shots. It's like every shot of any car, the car has to fill the frame completely. You get very few, the perspective, you get very few long shots of the cars driving, which helps add to the sense of speed. There are all these really tight shots, and so the crash scenes, you never get any why the crashes are happening. You get a little bit of that, but all you get is just this carnage without really any reason. And it kind of becomes the equivalent of like watching little kids like bang their Hot Wheels next to each other. Like, when my stepson was 4, yes, you know what? It is fun to like smack the Hot Wheels into each other for about 30 seconds. Like, that's fun. And then you want to say, okay, now we're going to set up a big track and we're going to run, and you start making your own stories. This movie can't even do that.
I think they're more concerned with creating the sense of claustrophobia than creating actual energy. I don't know, because there are all these cars all over the inside of the cars. Cameras all over the inside of the car. I think they're trying to create the sense of pressure through the notion that they are trapped versus what you're looking for, which is like cohesion and energy.
Which there is not. Let's be clear, there is no cohesion in this movie.
No, they're driving all of a sudden, it's like police cars, like jackknife into each other.
And that's one of the things that happens too. It's like you'll have moments where they're talking about something, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's a cop car chasing! And there's no build to it. It's no like, oh, there's a cop coming around the corner, and oh, he spots him, and like, ooh, okay, let's run from the cop. No, it's just like, oh shit, chase scene, ah! Like,
yeah, and it's so nutty and arbitrary. The stuff that the disembodied voice played by Jon Voight, the stuff that he makes them do. You will drive into a park now. Drive into the people. You will see a giant stack of water bottles. Drive into it.
Exactly. Drive faster.
You're not faster.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you say, like even the speed thing is off in this, right?
Yeah, well, that's amongst the things they don't get right. There is one sequence in the movie that's at all interesting, and it's one of the cameras on. You're supposed to think one of the cameras on the front of the Mustang, chasing. It's this long chase scene that lasts for a good, 30, 45, 50 seconds, all in one continuous take, and it's really interesting. Except that all along they've been. A lot of the materials and all along you can tell that they're not doing CGI crashes. And then the cars driving down this street, like the cars the near misses are all clearly CGI. So that's a little irritating because then when they cut to scenes that don't have any CGI, it's really jarring when you suddenly get back to the regular shooting methods. And the other thing is this movie would have you believe that one of the fastest Mustangs ever built, the Mustang GT500 Cobra, which has this monster engine and is super fast, and they show it going super fast, would have trouble keeping up with any Mercedes SUV. And like he could barely keep up with them. Like, come on. Like you can't, if you can't even get the car performance right, or at least exaggerated in a fun way in this movie, in a movie like this, all is lost.
That's where you get your attention from.
Will
the Mustang keep up?
But how does it compare to Before Midnight?
Ethan Hawke is in one of the best and one of the worst movies of the summer.
That's called Range, baby.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious. I laughed at just the ridiculous bad banter between Selena Gomez and Ethan Hawke. I'm not laughing like enjoyably, she's terrible in this, and whatever kind of cuteness she could use to her advantage in Spring Breakers. Here, she just looks like a little girl in her head and spouting out ridiculous tech jargon. It's just unbelievable. But kind of, I laughed at their exchanges because they were so bad and so stilted.
She's terrible. It's like, it's as if she'd never acted before. I mean, this movie is just filled with, the other thing too is, yes, they make a point of the car being armored and so it's not going to get disintegrated in the multiple chases, but the continuity is noticeably terrible. There's a scene where the car drives up against a wall and you see the passenger side mirror go flying at the camera. And then in the next shot, it's back. What the hell?
That's how good the car is. It sprouts its own mirror.
like a crab.
It's the Wolverine of cars.
Now, when Todd Gilchrist reviewed this for The Wrap, and he said that they figure out that there are mics in the car and they're being heard, but they still make plans and talk about what they're going to do, even though the person who they're conspiring against is listening to them.
This movie doesn't make any sense. Like, you don't really understand. And when you get the reveal as to why this mysterious voice is making Ethan Hawke's character do all this stuff, it's so unsatisfying and like.
I was gonna say the exact same thing just now. Like this is what this is all about.
Really?
All this death, all this carnage was for this. It's the most ridiculous, arbitrary, flimsy premise for a film ever.
Labor Day weekend.
Yay.
Woo.
Okay, so what's your number?
1.
I'm actually high on this. I'm giving it a 2 because I laughed a couple of times and a couple of the crashes,
But I don't think you were
explosions
supposed
are
to
so
laugh.
gnarly. Right, I wasn't supposed to, and yet I
Look,
did.
she got pleasure out of it anyway.
The motorcycle crashes in the train that is apparently made of dynamite. The entire train. Like the train, 300 yards of train keeps blowing
Seemed
up.
like a good idea. Lightweight.
All right, so our average is 1.5.
Yes.
It is at 0.
0.
What else
Yes.
has 0 this summer? I think.
This year?
No.
Of the wide releases, there's nothing that has a 0.
Not even Paranoia.
Paranoia has a 2%. Like one
somebody
person
took
liked
pity on it.
Paranoia.
I think somebody may take pity on this.
You
but
think so, just to be a
right
contrarian?
now, it's at a 0, and that's probably too high.